Hello everybody and welcome back to another Metal Slug stream with me and Teo. And Dwight and Shiro are here too as usual. The Edgy is not with us this time though.
Hi.
Since he's busy, we're recording this on Thanksgiving Day, which means he's busy. So let's just get going.
Blah blah, we already know this.
Okay.
When are we actually going to fight an actual metal slug?
Actually, the Metal Slug is the vehicle that we use, the tank.
No, I'm gonna get an actual slug and put metal on it.
Oh, that's a more figurative than anything.
God damn it, Saddam Hussein! Aren't you ever?
That's the thing. This actually is the game that tries to break the mold from the formula, but you will be able to see soon enough.
Saddam Hussein.
This is also where the timeline becomes a bit wonky.
Oh,
Oops.
No, that was my bad.
A bit wonky because if I recall correctly, it's set. Oh god. Yeah, that's also another thing. Tarma is not present in this, nor Eri. Instead, they're represented by these two doofus, Trevor and Nadia, which will not show up until minor crossover. Thankfully, I'm just sticking with Theo. Oh, there's Eri. Again, it's clear that SNK wanted to switch the formula, shake the formula a bit, but unfortunately, some changes were a bit questionable. And thankfully, after this, things return a bit more to the traditional status quo that the series had.
Basically.
But yeah, at its core, it's basically the usual same. Shoot people and collect power-ups.
So, a Metal Slug game in 2002.
Yes, because SNK was arcade at this point. Were still profitable enough for them to keep going, making stuff for it. So, you think it's interesting to observe Metal Slug 6 was actually made specifically for the Atomic Wave. What is the Atomic Wave? That's Sega's arcade board. Because remember, Sega's arcade business in Japan is very popular. So that's the main reason why Metal Slug. That's the main reason why Metal Slug 6 hasn't been re-released outside of its PS2 port and the Metal Slug Anthology, which was also a port of its PS2 port, because the original arcade version was made specifically for Atomic Wave, which is a very specific arcade board. Go on, Bips.
Which is interesting you mentioned that, because recently Sega opened a newer, smaller version of that arcade in Tokyo that they closed a bit ago.
Hopefully SNK will be able to make some kind of deal with Sega to re-release Metal Slug 6 at some point, since that's the only one that hasn't been properly re-released.
Hey, there's Tarma.
Yeah, Tarma and Eri are still here. They're just in the background doing things.
Doing shit. Again, I don't have anything wrong. There's nothing technically wrong on their own with Trevor and Nadia. It's just that, again, it's more clear that they're the new character trying to be shoehorned in, and please appreciate them, guys. But it just doesn't work this way.
But look at that, in this game we have motorcycles.
Yeah. Sidecars, to be precise. If I recall correctly, it's Metal Slug 6, which instead has the team the Ikari Warriors, Ralph Jones and Clark Steele, as playable characters. Which after that point will become essentially the closest Metal Slug will have to get into King of Fighters. Even for 15, which is about to come out, there is a stage, but the closest we get are still Clark Jones and Ralph Steele. Alright, first boss, yes, an entire fucking Zeppelin, led by the hot brand new villain in town, the Syndicate.
From Mission Impossible?
It's yet to realize, Luis, that Syndicate is a very common name for evil organizations.
Yes.
Or at least organizations in general.
Well, a funny story. Around here in our lottery, a syndicate is what they call a group of winners that you can use in the lottery.
That's the thing. I get the idea that it's mostly associated with bad people because Syndicate, at least in my country, is a term associated with, workers' union.
Same.
So the dreaded enemy of capitalism.
Same.
So. yeah, getting the bus.
Thank you.
A machine gun.
Alright, next up we are back in Italy again. So why not?
You also notice a small change in the UI because before we used to have like kind of a life bar, well not a life bar, but now we have a small little icon with the number of lives right below it, which is different from the previous trilogy.
Look at that, fancy new type of metal slugs. One is blue, but this one is basically a missile battery. Let's see if I can actually use it. There we go. Like so. Oops. Thankfully there's no friendly fire.
Could you imagine if the games like this use that Konami headset where you speak into the microphone and yell
Fire! Fuck.
Fuck. Out.
Yeah, remember, in case you forgot, basically that's what happens with vehicles. Once they're about to explode, they actually give you, a small time to actually get out.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. The music is also still good.
I was gonna say it's as hype as ever. I hear.
Again, it's the combination of the presentation that helps also make these games
all seven.
The sprite quality and the music quality.
The first 6 games were all made by the same team, Shiroi. It was only 7 that they started getting some new stuff, like because 7 was actually made years after. It was actually originally a Nintendo DS game. Later, it got it got in the same way that Metal Slug 2 became Metal Slug X. Metal Slug 7 became Metal Slug Double X on the Xbox 360 and PSP, and also got in recent years an HD port on the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch as well. I think. It's only 6 that hasn't been properly re-released since its original PS2 release. I actually never got the physical copy of Metal Slug 6 because the anthology on here, and I still have my copy, but the thing, and I also have it on the PS4, but the thing is, I wouldn't really pay full PS2 price for just Metal Slug 6 because these games are only like an hour long, so it doesn't really warrant a full price purchase. I mean, I love these games, don't get me wrong, but like $60 for a 1 hour game, that's not really.
That is ain't cheap.
Like with the anthologies, that's another story. But with the anthology, you had which at the time was all the entire series on just one disc, so that was definitely worth it. Then again, actually, I don't remember what was the price. Now that I think about it, I think 6 and even the anthology were sold at a budget price. Now that I think about it, I don't think they were sold at full price. I'll have to look it up, but we'll see. Go on, too.
Also, yes, in this level you get, motorcycle kamikazes who just love to run at you and then throw their motorcycles at you.
Mm-hmm.
So rude. Shit. There we go.
Well, fuck. And as always, you'd think after so many sequels they would get at some point where they could polish the games to the point where there would be no frame rate issues. But yeah, we still have, even in 2002, we're still having frame rate issues. I guess their engine just doesn't allow for more than this.
Mm-hmm. O'Neill again with this.
God damn it, O'Neill.
Okay.
And yes, now the boss is basically this literal tower.
It's kind of like that one kind of endurance boss thing in the Asterix arcade game. And yeah, this particular bit with the tower really tanks the frame rate.
Yeah, I can see that.
The explosions are suffering.
Again, it's a 2D game, so it is a bit, yeah, like, if this was a 3D game, yeah, it would be much more understandable, but yeah, like, I really think this is one of those cases where I think the developers got a bit complacent and they just reused the exact same engine over and over. Where,
Comfortable, really.
well, I get that. It's just that, you know, like maybe if they come up with a better one, we could have solved the frame rate issues, because this is already the 4th entry in 2002. So by this point, you would expect the optimization to be spot on.
That's fair.
That's so rude. The soldiers camouflaging snowmen.
Like,
Oh,
why
fuck.
are you nuking snowmen? Like, what?
Alright, alternate path. I forgot there was one.
Well, remember, too, this has already been a thing since for a while.
No, I know, but I forgot that 4 actually still had them. I thought that they actually did remove them everywhere, but no, they still kept some of them.
Alright.
Right. Oh no, bears and the Yetis again.
So yeah, now Mother Nature is out to get us.
Again. Hopefully we're not getting more zombies.
Oh look, I'm a snowman now.
Don't you want to be a snowman?
No.
Actually, it's Build a Snowman on the song.
No, B. I changed it to B.
Yeah, in this case it's more like being rather than build. Oh, I'm not sure if the Build a Snowman Foundation will be as effective in the UK. There we go. Ooh. Go ahead, Pedro.
Alright.
Go. The Iron Lizard.
Holy crap, so many ice balls coming.
It's a good. Yeah, actually, you know, ice levels aesthetically have always been one of my favourites.
After all, Dweebs, it's just like Nax said, ice is nice.
Yes, if you're putting it in a drink.
With you, Dweebs, it's always about eating something.
It's drinking in this case.
Consumption.
Or ice cream.
Ah, fuck.
So recently, Teo, drinking would be more your thing.
Well, like, I mean, drinking is a general thing, not necessarily alcohol.
Yeah, if I ever go to Italy, one thing I'll try is its wine.
You should, but I have to warn you, if you don't like beer, you probably won't like wine either.
Beer's okay.
Alright. Well, regardless, you decide. I can't really recommend you anything because my taste in the wine of my country are basically shite on their own. My sister is a bit better at that. proceed forward.
Thank you.
I forgot what the boss of this was. Right, this. Oh, it's Morden.
Oh, it's the tank. Dun 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 dun.
No,
dun.
Pedro, it's the Twin Snakes version. It's to be replaced by a monotone drone.
Oh no.
Wait, you shatter them and yet they're together still.
It's more like you freed them from their icy prison.
Yeah, like breaking them into pieces.
It's convenient ice shattering.
It's cartoon logic. Let's just roll with it.
Thank you for pushing the heavy machine gun. There we go.
There we go. We already defeated him. That was fast.
No, he got away. It's never this easy. At least there don't seem to be alien for the time being this time around.
And yeah, this particular game really emphasizes the level transitions.
Yeah. This time we are the Hollow House?
The whole haunted hall. The whole hall. I have no idea what the fuck that means. But like, whatever.
Fuck.
It's a haunted house. That's what
Oh,
I'm.
look at that! A Robo Monkey Shiroi!
A
Cute.
Robo Monkey.
A bit creepy, but you know. So up or... Alright, I'm following you.
Might as well.
Forgot. Alright, now we have the zombies.
And now we're in Person's Town? What's it that was written there? Person's Town. There you go. There you go, dudes. Welcome to Person's Town. It's a town that has.
Oh boy.
It's a town that has persons in it.
That's just a tad generic.
Oh boy, what next? Jaws Farm?
What was the place in Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase? The People University, I think?
Yeah.
Attack the civilians.
I talk about this. It's just as good of a name as Beer Pub.
Soldiers in Asthma Suite. I guess this time around they came a bit more prepared. Well, not all of them. Ah, there we go.
Who's been zombified?
Me.
Pedro. Thankfully, nothing that a bit more flaming can resolve.
Right. Oh.
Oh, hello there. I swear I've seen these kind of bosses somewhere else, but I can't remember which specific game might be. Maybe Gunstar Heroes.
The original face before we broke it reminded me of that fight against.
Cabrina.
Well, no, not that specifically. But goddamn missiles.
Not to mention the chemical warfare. There we go.
There we are.
Getting the cage. Jesus. There got to be better ways of transportation.
Alright, mission 5.
With pirates this time around. I guess we're in we must be like in Hong Kong or something. Maybe Singapore.
Nihon.
Fuck.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yep. There we go.
Alright. Sorry, Teo, but today we're going through the sewer. Kind of.
No, the elevator. This elevator, I forgot where it leads, but yeah, I remember this. Besides, I was the one that opened up the portal. Fuck.
Bye.
Gotta love that soldier that just dropped out.
Also, that pillar on the right is suffering for some severe case of sprite flickering. Alright, boss battle?
No, we
Not
actually
yet.
have to get to the other side of the ship before.
Alright. Gotta love the geography, the nonsensical geography. We literally went from being in a town to going through a hole, an elevator, and coming out in the ship in the middle of a sea.
We were in the cargo of the ship. It's just that the elevator took way too long. Like, how big is this place?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, this is just like the final boss in Super Castlevania X.
And look at that, Shira. Even this game can afford better water textures than the ports of the Premonition.
Damn.
Is this like, it reminds me of that guy who back in the Miiverse days constantly post about how good looking sprite water was in some games. It wasn't the same that asked why can't Metroid crawl, I can tell you that. Fuck.
There we go.
Yep.
A snake? That's all you got from me? God damn it.
Yeah, maybe he got that. Oh, still with the damaged Zeppelin. Oh, you sore loser. So the boss fight is a submarine this time around. Why not?
There we go. I guess I'll just stay here, keep throwing bombs at it.
Bombs. No, grenades, yeah.
Well, the game calls them bombs, as you can see on the UI too.
True. And yeah, if I recall correctly, this is already the final. Yeah, we're already at the end, actually.
Yep.
To be fair, this initial sequence is pretty cool, where you're basically carrying down, kind of like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
This particular crane, but it is nice. But again, compared to what happened in 3, overall, this is a bit of a step down.
It is.
Don't get me wrong, it's still pretty solid on its own, but I would put it on par with, like, say, Vanilla 2.
Well,
I mean, in terms of content, not the actual performance, obviously.
well, didn't X have the exact same content as Vanilla 2, though?
No, it added a couple of extra things, as like a couple of small alternate paths and the new final boss.
I guess.
I mean, this seems fine.
It is. It still is. I can tell you this, 5 will put things, like I said, in general, 5 will put things a bit more back on track, and it includes also the overall, you know, stakes and all the shit portion of the game. Because, again, as you can see, this is technically nothing really problematic or anything. It's just that it's more serviceable than anything. For most of the game, we have just fought just the goons with that occasional hit with the zombies and the and the Yetis, you know. But otherwise, this is pretty much being straightforward. I get the idea that SNK again wanted to, you know, change a bit the formula and try to give a more quote-unquote realistic kind of vibe compared to the previous entries. There we go, I can destroy a metal tank with fire. Go figure.
Well, I guess we're operating on Pokemon logic.
And now even scientists are firing on us.
Really, dude?
No, it also reminds me of Age of Empires 2, where you can send, you know, people with swords who hit repeatedly a stone castle that catches on fire as a result.
Think about this, dude. Are you really getting paid that well? The scientist, I mean.
I guess the Syndicate pays enough, I suppose. Whatever the hell they want. Forgot what's the actual synopsis.
There we are.
There we go. Not the rocket. There we go. Bananas.
So, have I missed any more crazy stuff?
Yes, you missed. You missed the Mission Impossible reference.
Oh shit! I'll have to watch it back.
It's cool, but it was more like subdued. Not okay. Mission Impossible tried to be a bit more sudden. Also, there's Morden, which turns out to be a robot. Who are you, Mr. X?
As we have Dr. X from Action Man.
That's the big twist, Teo. It's like it's like at the end of season 2 of Beyblade.
Also proves, I always have heard about the Action Man cartoon series, but I never actually watched it. I did have an Action Man when I was a kid, but I was literally.
I can't remember if I've seen it. I mostly remember the adverts. There was even this advert where Dr. X was hanging off a tower, and the viewers could choose whether Action Man would save him or let him fall to his death.
Basically,
Guess which one they chose?
The death.
Yeah, basically all the kids that voted are psychopaths.
Not to mention, remember, I remember specifically the tagline, Action Man was always promoted as the greatest of heroes. So, yeah. Anyway,
To be
yes.
fair, you're staying as the kids told.
Yes, Pedro?
basically in the final arc of Series 2 of Beyblade, Tyson meets a new friend. Eventually, however, he happens to be the son of the villain, and turns out there's like this big revelation that the father gives to the kid, and as a result, the kid becomes aggressive and completely changes in mood and everything, and decides to stop at nothing to defeat Tyson in the World Beyblade Championship for whatever reason. Because then there's the big reveal. Turns out he's a robot, and apparently the father has some kind of plan to turn him into a human, because basically he's a robot duplicate of his real son that died too. And then, his plan has to do with turning the robot duplicate into a natural human. And
there you go. Even O'Neill is a fucking robot in this.
There you go. That's the real twist. So everybody's a robot in this.
Everyone is a fucking robot.
But then they go. And that plan to turn the robot duplicate into a human duplicate somehow involves winning the World Beyblade Championship. Don't ask me how the hell that works.
I mean, if Yu-Gi-Oh can do that with car games, I'm pretty sure Beyblade can do that with spinning wheels.
Yeah, but that's okay too, because eventually the dad comes on and realizes, because Tyson does the whole spiel about, but Tyson, I'm nothing but a machine. So what? It doesn't matter where we come from or who we are, blah blah blah. And you get where this is going.
And if I recall correctly, this is actually a final boss. If not, there's another one in the next screen, but I think remember we're close to the end. Again, these kind of like Bone Villain, which more like resemble, number 1.
We got our very own Dr. Wily equivalent.
Dr. Wily. Which interchanges, with the robot models. There we go.
Oh, come on, Teo. You just twisted those bombs.
I forgot which direction I was facing.
There we go.
There. Right, there you go. Now the boss is in the background. Nowadays, I remember. There we go.
How many times do we have to... How many more vehicles of yours do we need to destroy, old man?
Apparently enough.
Who's Quickie like that?
A Theo, probably.
There we are. All right, time to escape.
Thanks, Tarma.
Yeah, because as soon as that twitching stops, the better.
Maybe they're gonna do Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, where they escape by doing this super mega jump out of the...
Shit! Oh no! I actually died staying behind.
And there we go.
Please wait.
And yeah, that's it.
Mission all over.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
like I said, compared to 3, this is more meh.
That was really short.
It was.
Oh boy, ass. Aw, what if someone called it ass?
All right, time for the
Hey.
ending.
They actually gave us gift, and Eri is a nurse. Okay.
Remember, Teo, Japanese people, so they gotta give an excuse for a nurse outfit.
Sexy nurse.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the anime XFX was also still present. But yeah, that's
And
pretty
this
much
can
it.
probably kick your ass.
Yeah, Eri's still capable. Yeah, if I recall correctly, the only thing that you get is that this computer that is in the credits like transmits a signal to someone mysterious, but that goes nowhere as far as I recall in the timeline. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep. And that was Metal Slug 4.
That was short.
It was.
They're all about this short.
Yeah, they weren't this short though, I don't think.
Remember this.
Again, compare. This is more akin, like I said, to vanilla Metal Slug 2. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but again, compared to what just happened with 3, it is admittedly a bit of a step down, and the Syndicate as this new villain doesn't really convince, particularly also by having robot duplicates of both Morden and O'Neill. So basically, start from 5, we're gonna change again the status quo and bring back, Morden, just with a new type of ally, which again will spice things up for the future. If I recall correctly, this is also why the timeline gets a bit fuzzy. Like, if I recall correctly, 5 and 6, we're kind of like Fast and Furious movies. Like, at some point, if I recall correctly, 5 and 6 are like in between 3 and 4 or something. It's weird.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 are before 3.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, it's still Metal Slug, still enjoyable, both alone and with someone to play with, so I can't complain on that.
Presented by Mega Enterprise. So let's see if there's something after the credits. Data transmitting?
Like I said, this data transmitting to who?
We don't know. It's just data transmitting, and it doesn't matter because that cliffhanger goes nowhere.
No refunds on your quarter, kids.
Maybe the transmission didn't reach them.
All right, and that was Metal Slug 4. Dwibs, since you're on it, go ahead with your final thoughts.
Again, it was even by Metal Slug standards, this is a really short game. Like, I mean, if you're an arcade machine.
Dwibs, I'm checking the time. According to the timer on the share plate, it only took us it didn't even take us 40 minutes. It only took us like 38 minutes to finish this game. 38 minutes. So go ahead.
I mean, it's still fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just again, it's a short length. I'm pretty sure there was at least one game in this that was longer.
3, like we mentioned, 3 because of the climax that kept going, it went well over an hour.
Yeah. Again, it's not bad. I mean, just because it's short, don't mean it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it isn't for the looks of it. It's just. I wonder how many games there were after this.
3.
3 more after this.
Mainline titles. There were some spin-offs as well, so there's that too.
Because new arcade games in the year 2002 sounds like a really rare occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
Mind afterwards. But yeah, that's about it.
Sure. Right.
My opinion isn't that much different from many other of these. The music is really good. This seems like a lot of fun, even if it really isn't for me. Like, the art style is great, and yeah, that's it. Like, this is just... It does seem, just sort of there compared to the others, but it's not bad. It's fine. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, then. All right, Teo, go on.
Well, I did mention what I did in the credits, but just to add something quickly again, the only other thing that I can comment upon is, again, another thing that this changing in the status quo does is to trying to spice things up with the roster. I get the idea of presenting new characters, but outright not allowing you to play as Tarma and Eri, which for many players, were like their main ones, kind of feels off. But again, you can tell that SNK was just experimenting with this title, because with 5 they were right back on track with both new stuff and the stuff that was solid for the fans. So at the very least, it's not like this was like a permanent thing with Skyrim thing. It was just a stepping stone more than anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, about the same thing. Yeah, it's just as enjoyable as ever. But yeah, when I looked at the timer right there when we finished the share play, yeah, it only took us 38 minutes to get through this entire game. And yes, I know that they are technically all
considerably easier too.
And yeah, I am aware that there are the alternate paths that we haven't gone through, but even still, yeah, this is definitely a game that because of it, it's because of its easy difficulty. It seems fast because me and Teo went by just like that because this game is considerably easier than the previous three, which is why the reason it comes across as short is because it's way easier. Yeah, definitely. It's probably because this was 2002. Arcades were no longer the big ticket they were back in the 90s. So developers were trying to make things a bit easier, to make things not as punishing, and to invite people who normally wouldn't play arcade games because they're too hard. So yeah. Aside from that, no, it's still really enjoyable. But yeah, like Teo said, the Syndicate is a very unremarkable villain. They're not really care. Even they're nowhere near as imposing as the aliens or Mordred. They're just kind of, and the whole, it is weird that the whole do this. Mordred is a robot, and it's just like weird. The point is, yeah, no, it's still very enjoyable, but yeah, definitely the weak link of the series. So. Alright, everybody, so that was Metal Slug 4. I hope you enjoyed this. Tune in for when we do Metal Slug 5.
See ya!
See ya.